Hello, I'm Joe. I'm the MD and conductor of Leamington Sinfonia, and conducting is what I do most of the time, and probably the question I get asked most in my life is, what does a conductor actually do? So a conductor goes around the bus or train and collects fares from the passengers. No, a conductor, in the orchestral sense, their most fundamental job is to help the musicians keep in time. That's the most historic job, and that's the most fundamental job. And we do that by signalling the pulse of the music with this. It's called a baton. And we do shapes and we do very, well, hopefully, simple symbols which will help all the musicians know what beat of the bar they're on and what pulse it is. We beat the pulse with our right hand. So if it was in two, we just do a simple 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, something like that. And with our left hand, we might show other things. So we could show an increase in volume, so da, da. Or we might show an accent, so we might go da 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 da, anything like that. So we use simple and intuitive symbols with both our hands to help the musicians make the work a better performance. How do I bring in the orchestra? Well, it depends a lot on the way they're bringing in. So if it's a big kind of forte opening, we just have a good time, really. A big breath in and bang! And that's the best bit of conducting, when you just bring people in nice and loud. There's nothing complicated about it. You have to make it as simple as possible. It's all about anticipation. The breath in is more important than the actual breath out. And then they come in. But when it's a more subtle entry, the breath in's got to be a lot more atmospheric, a lot slower, and you really got to feel it together, yeah? A good age to start conducting, I think you should definitely know an instrument first, and you should know an instrument well first, whether it's piano or a string instrument, or any instrument really, as long as you have a really good grasp of it, so you know what you're talking about. So my first conducting experience was, I was in a National Children's Orchestra when I was 13, and I was in a cello section of 14 people. And they had an arrangement of Somewhere Over the Rainbow they were going to do in the informal concert. And for some reason, that cello version of it only had 13 parts, quite a strange number to write for. So obviously one of us had to sit out. And being probably the worst cellist in the section, I volunteered to step out. And they asked if I could conduct instead, so I said, yeah, why not? And I did it and had great fun, and people haven't been able to stop me since. I just like using a baton just because it makes my gestures a bit clearer, and we can play with the baton, and it's really good for showing legato gestures and helping with some of the more complex ideas. It's just really nice to use, to be honest. But some people prefer just to use their hands. For some stuff I do use just my hands. There's various guidelines you can follow, but I think it's just what you want, really. And it does go wrong sometimes. One time I hit the stand from below and the baton flew and hit the second violin in the face. I would consider it a magic wand, and that is the reason why I can do it, because I still believe that I am expecting a letter from Hogwarts any minute now, and I'll keep you posted on that.